All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the daily update of my 1000 days challenge. This is day 80. As you will notice, the balance has once again dropped a little bit, and that's due to the experimental trade setup. As I'm trading 0.5% of risk, there was one trade that was closed out, I think, negatively. So, yeah, that resulted in around $50 loss-ish. All right, so bearing that in mind, going back in terms of the market update itself, what I have is only for Bitcoin because today is Monday. As you notice, Bitcoin actually transited from a bearish market structure and right now it's a neutral market structure on the daily chart. But more importantly, on the weekly chart, which is because today is the closing, this morning was the closing. What you do notice is that it actually closed, like yesterday I was saying that it could close bearish if it closed into a red candlestick. And true enough, it actually bounced up and actually closed with a green candlestick, even though it's not bullish, but it's not bearish either. I would say this is a very neutral candlestick. It's somewhat like a equal length in terms of wick on the upside and also downside. So it's somewhat like a spinning top. Although generally speaking, if you look into context, why a spinning top occurring at the end or at the after some period of climbing up, it does speak that it could potentially face some sort of retracement or selling pressure because there was indecision in the market and that the seller could consider stepping in because if they want to take profit, this would be a right time for them to do so. If they've entered over here, they may see that there's some indecision here and they no longer want to hold it, they will sell it. But of course, overall, I do lean towards bullish momentum in terms of midterm, and that's why I'm still investing even at this price itself. Basically because I can see the price is spending a lot of time over here, which is the previous high. It goes to show that buyers are willing to buy even though it was at the previous high, which Bitcoin didn't spend much time into it before breaking down and then going up to retest the resistance and breaking down again. So this time is maintaining above this key resistance, above this 10,000 mark nicely. Yeah. So now putting all these back in lines in place and taking a look on the daily candle, what I do see again is similarly a potential consolidation zone. So over here, even though there's a bearish market structure, yeah, over here it did close with a higher high yesterday with 11,519 compared to I think 3 or 4 days ago that was 11,511. So that is slightly lower. So that's why I say there's a higher high, but there's a lower low still. So there's a neutral pattern. So with it testing the top once, testing the top twice, and testing the top third time in a row, and the price is not heavily rejected by now, I do lean towards further potential towards the upside. Yeah, it goes to show that the buyers are more interested in my opinion. All right, so I've like what I mentioned, I've entered a long setup based initially on there on the 4-hourly chart. There was on the breakout of this, remember, on this key breakout, on this pullback. And I did say I set my stop loss to below this swing low and it hasn't hit, so I'm still sticking to it. It's not around near the break-even point. I'm not looking to close this trade because even though if you trigger below, it could still lean towards the further upside. So I'm still leaning towards that bullish momentum per se. But otherwise, that's more or less about it. And I'll see you guys for the next update tomorrow. And bye-bye. Take care.